Yo guys, welcome to the World Cup Roundup. This is our third attempt at doing one of these. We've had multiple audio failures, FIFA copyright strikes. We've tried everything, but it's going to come out today. I'm here, TC, as you know, here with Sean, my co-host. Say hello to the people, Sean. Exactly.
What's up, everyone?
And we are going to round up all the World Cup action we saw yesterday. And we're going to quickly, after that, go through the games we've spoken about 3 times already.
Yeah, third time lucky, hopefully.
But we're gonna do it in a fun way. We're only going to talk about each team 30 seconds each and time each other, see if we can get some takes off. But less about us. We're going to be doing this daily, hopefully. Fingers crossed, according to audio. But let's just get straight into the football. So our game 1 yesterday was Argentina, Saudi Arabia. Take it away, Sean.
Well, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, I guess. Well, statistically, some big brains put the numbers together, and it's the biggest upset in World Cup history. And I'm slightly grateful that those videos couldn't come out, because I was very bullish on Argentina to go and win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I actually put 30 quid on them at the start of the tournament to lift it at the end. But yeah, it was such a weird game, man. I thought in the first half, actually, like, Argentina looked like pretty good. They were like Saudi Arabia were pressing very high, but they weren't like able to navigate around it with some intricate one-touch passing. But in the second half, it just I don't know what happened. It just looked like they capitulated.
It's like, to draw back to these prediction videos that we weren't able to release, we both liked Argentina, especially in this game. Like, what? But still,
Yeah.
I think what became real clear, I think in the first, 20, 30 minutes, was that midfield is lacking a little.
Yeah, it's clear they're missing Lo Celso, which is surprising.
Yeah, and as a Tottenham fan, that is real surprising. But there's just no one in there that can unlock a door. And Messi comes and plays sixth the whole time, and I used to think that was because he done that at club level, he's so incredible. But then it's like, oh no, it's because he's the only one that can come grab that and try to do something with it.
Has to.
Yeah, and it was such a shock. Shout out Saudi Arabia, who scored 2 great goals in that game.
Yeah, that second one is gotta be up there for contender. Simply from who scored it as well, the shock value. It's gotta be a solid contender for goal of the tournament already.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, it was 2-1 Saudi Arabia, if you can't tell. But where do you...
We'll flash the score up somewhere.
Yeah, we'll flash the score. So where do you think... Where do we go from here? Is Argentina, with this just a bad game, they come out and beat Mexico and Poland? Or is this just not... Is this it?
Part of me thinks it isn't it, because it's just the first game, whatever. I reckon Argentina are probably quite nervous because there's so much expectation on them. And I can't remember if it was the Euro. I think it was the World Cup when Spain won. They lost their first game to Switzerland, and everyone was talking crisis then. Yeah. So it's definitely not they're definitely not out. And I think once we get on to Mexico and Poland, a draw was the best that Argentina could have asked for from that fixture.
Yeah.
And both teams looked pretty lackluster, I thought. So they'll be happy with how the game went against Saudi Arabia, but the things that were out of their control, I think, have gone as best as they could have asked for.
But yeah, I just hope it must be weird in Argentina right now.
Yeah, it must be real weird. The Saudi Arabian government, they gave out a public holiday today.
Yeah, I did see that. Also, what blew my mind about this game was Saudi Arabia playing the highest line I think I've seen at the tournament so far. And
Yeah, I know. The press was insane.
yeah, and it just working. Like there
Yeah.
was a hunger. It was just insane because everyone comes out after and says, "Oh, look what happens when you just organize a team." I don't think that's how it works.
No,
Like
no.
that just God touched you for that game. They were doing
Yeah.
incredible, like
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't remember who was on commentary, but they said at one time it just felt like every bounce and like spin of the ball was just going in the Saudis' favor, and I could feel that. And I kind of similarly to what you just said, it just felt as if like they had the higher being on their side that game. Like I don't know how many times they cleared it off the line. There was that really dodgy offside call. It just felt like it was written. But I'm not mad about it because I've been asking for an upset the whole tournament so far, and that's the first one we've gotten.
Do you think Saudi Arabia can get a result against Mexico or Poland?
After watching yesterday's games, I do.
Yeah, if they can do that again, I wouldn't play that high line against Mexico. I think that's all they want is for you to do that. But I'd play it against
Poland though,
Poland. I'd play it against
yeah,
Poland.
because Poland. When we get onto Mexico, Poland, like Poland were really rigid, like really boring to watch. They knew they weren't going to hold the ball. So if it's going to be two teams with that sort of style, it'd be interested to see who comes out on top.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think given the performances of Mexico and Poland, I think Saudi Arabia can cross their fingers.
Yeah. And as my friend Gandhi always says, never bet the early kickoff. Never bet the early kickoff. Did you lose any money on this?
I think, yeah, I put like £1 on over 2.5 Messi to score and Martinez to score.
Yeah.
So it was like not ideal. Probably there's potential it could have come in if that offside goal counted, but
Yeah.
it's all ifs and buts. What about you?
No, this was a stay away for me. Because like the odds weren't that great on Argentina, and I'm never great at predicting goal scorers. And I saw like Saudi were 25-1 before kickoff. Like I think I bet on every other underdog this World Cup just on a hedge,
Yeah.
and I thought no, not this one, obviously not. Thank you, Leo. All right, on to the next game. We mentioned it a bit. Mexico, Poland. Ochoa does it again.
I know. What a man. You don't hear about him for 4 years, and then he pops up in that Mexican kit and makes some worldy saves. Every single World Cup.
Is he so we're like mid-20s. Is he the one of the best World Cup players of
Oh,
our lifetime?
I think, to be honest, when you think of our players that are talked about World Cup after World Cup, he's one of the few that is
Yeah.
there.
Just
So I
purely
guess he
World
kind of has
Cup.
to have some, yeah, has to be some level of consideration. Like, he's definitely a legend of the World Cup. Whether he's, one of the best from our era, I don't know if I'd go that far.
I think he's the adult wrapped QPR championship year of the World Cup. But every World Cup. He's like I still wouldn't start him over Neuer, but like
Yeah. No,
he'd back up everyone. He's on the
I think
plane.
he might have the best reflex saves I've ever seen.
Mm.
Like it's just his other all round goalkeeping isn't like fantastic, but he reacts very quickly and he can leap. Like he gets across that goal.
So for anyone who didn't want the game, Ochoa saved a Lewandowski pen. Of course he did. Lewandowski's...
Was that our first 0-0? Sorry. Or was
Yeah,
it
I think so.
before?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. We're doing this because they're in the same group. There was a game before this, which we'll get onto. But it was a weird one. Lewandowski still chasing that World Cup goal. A pretty dry watch. I think we talked a bit before about what we expect from these teams. I was expecting a lot more from Poland, to be honest, after when watching it. Mexico kind of quick, very aggressive, solid, really, really strong in the tackle, very fast wingers. Lozano looks straight back to World Cup form. But don't think I learnt much from this one. What do you think?
No, yeah, I agree. I think what's lacking with Poland, like they have solid functional players, like players who will do a job, but they really do not have any sense of creativity in that team, which I think is why I think the manager coach must be aware of that, which is why you see them basically sitting in their own half for the entire game against a team they probably should be, given they have Robert Lewandowski in their team. But it's hard to, unless Poland are going to play like that every game, which there's nothing to say they won't, seeing as they were playing they were playing Mexico. It's hard to learn a lot because they just camped in their own half and Mexico were allowed the ball. But I guess one thing you can take away from it is that Mexico clearly don't have that pick, like that person that's going to unlock a door. Let's say that Poland defense was solid and like in shape the entire game. I gotta say that, like, fair play to them.
Do you think Matty Cash speaks much Polish?
I've seen so many good memes about him, like singing the
anthem. Yeah. I do. I would do it any day of the week if I had the opportunity to go play for Poland. If I was Matty Cash, too many good right backs in England. But I always do think when you land in Polish camp, like, I hope he's been taking a couple lessons, because
yeah, you think a lot of the players must look at you and be like,
what are you doing here?
What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, but then soon they see you play, it's like, oh god, thank God Matty's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for his heritage.
Yeah, you should change it to like Kaszowski.
Mateusz Kaszowski.
Kaszowski. But yeah, again, I this was a stay away from. No, this wasn't a stay away. What do I mean? I did bet on this game and lost money on this game. I had Lozano goal or assist, Mexico win. Because we have a bit of a battle between us on who's going to come out this group. And I'm very much team Mexico, and you're the Poland. Did you lose any money on this?
No, this is a game I stayed away from, just because I really wasn't sure how the teams were going to set up tactically in the game. And thank God I did, because there's no way I would have bet a 0-0. I would have at least put like Lewandowski to score 1, I think. But it just seems he's not set for World Cup glory in any form.
Nah, and Zielinski, like, show up to the party. But anyone who does bet 0-0s, can you write in the comments where you get your bottle from and like your daily routine? Because
yeah, please.
I need some of that in my life, man. I could never bet a 0-0 ever.
No. I guess it kind of makes the like, in a weird way, it makes the 0-0 like more exciting. Like, it's kind of like a win-win. If it's a boring game, you win money. If it's not, you see some goals.
Yeah,
so I understand but yeah, I'd never have the cojones.
Yeah, but have you ever bet like both teams to score and then the team you didn't want to score scores in like the first 2 minutes? Yeah. Heartbreak. We'll get onto that later. And then on to the next game, which is in a new group. I think this is Group D? Oh, yeah, this is Group D. Yeah. So on to Denmark, Tunisia. Speaking of stayaways, wish I stayed away from watching this game, which I did. I was only able to watch the second half. I was busy editing that video that never came out. What did you think, being our nominated person who watched the whole game?
I would say that you should be thankful that you didn't subject yourself to 90 minutes of that. It was so boring. Actually, no. To be fair to Tunisia, it wasn't like really dull, boring match. Like, stuff was happening. It was just it felt very infrequent. But Tunisia showed up, man. Like, they gave them a game and a half. And I think Denmark were really disappointing. A lot of people were sort of tipping them as their like sort of dark horse, and I think maybe in our prediction vid we even took a gamble and said they'll come top of the group.
Why'd you tell people
Uh,
that?
but from what I saw yesterday, it doesn't look like they're gonna come out on top. I think they're really missing some sort of goal scorer. Like they can fizz it around midfield and around their defense, but yeah, nothing's really happening up top.
Yeah, it was. I watched the highlight today. It was just disappointing from the Denmark
Yeah.
side. But then I feel if our arguments with like Argentina, like can Mexico and Poland step up, I think the same there for Denmark. It's the first game of World Cup, probably a massive adrenaline dump. Tunisia weren't really up for it. Maybe Denmark just grow into the tournament a bit, but it's going to be tough to do that against France, and then you come second, and then it could be Argentina.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's tough. That was a must win, especially with how good France looked in the later window. I did about Tunisia. What was really surprising when I look at the lineups, the players who in the prediction vid I thought were going to be their good players, like that young United guy on loan at Birmingham and El Khazri, were on the bench.
Yeah. I can't remember this guy's name. What was it? But I think he won man of the match, but he had an amazing game. I think he was number 9. Number 9 didn't start. Yeah, I can't remember Jabali it might have been, but he was everywhere. And there was even a point where he broke from a Danish corner like on his own.
Yeah.
And if he just had lungs that was slightly bigger, he probably would have finished it off. He just like got gassed.
I feel what I'm also like getting from this and like the Argentina game and a bit from the Poland game is that form coming into these tournaments. Like I could imagine the mindset for a Nations League game being so different from the mindset to going into a World Cup. Everyone brings it here. So you're really going to see the cream will rise at these tournaments, where when you're playing away in the Nations League, you've got a group of players who are probably like, I hate to say it, but I imagine it being true, I don't know. Imagine like the Champions League, their club football being a lot more important to them at that time. When you're a year away from a tournament, you're just playing against Denmark away, for example, if I'm France. That's very, very different to playing Denmark at a World Cup.
Yeah.
And I feel that's something I really underestimated in like predicting this, because you think that like the form going in and Denmark being one of the best teams in the world and beating France home like twice, I think in recent memory, like Denmark are this great team, but then I feel what you forget is that this is a World Cup for Tunisia. They're going to give everything at this, and did Denmark have the quality to bring that form into this with all the new pressure? I don't know, and I wish I thought of this mad deep thought before bloody the game, and I could have bet on it.
Yeah, I do start to wonder what, like, I think there's the chance like the climate is actually having an impact. Because like the Danes looked tired a lot of the time, I thought. Tunisia were just running, even though they had like 35% of the ball, if that. Same as Saudi Arabia, like they just didn't look tired the entire game.
Yeah, because because it's weird. Because some games I do think it is, and some games I'm like, maybe it just isn't. Like, it didn't seem to have much of effect on like the first day. Like the England and Iran game, that was in the middle of the day. You thought, but England just kept going. But that might have been because they were winning. But then in the Wales USA one, which was in the night, so it can't have been that warm, Wales looked so leggy. So I'm confused. I think I got a save on that, because you could then argue like Saudi Arabia like just came over the border and were flying.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought, and I don't think we've seen the end of it. I think we'll see some more upsets.
Yeah, I need to see some European teams play against like high climate teams in the early kickoffs, and then I'll know. I need to see a few more of those. Today. Yeah, we'll get onto that. But did you lose any money on this? This was a massive stay away for me.
I had Yeah, I only lost like a £2. I had Denmark and over 1.5. Like, it wasn't a huge bet. I just thought it was a banger, but
Yeah.
clearly not.
Yeah. But everyone will think that you're terrible at betting, but we're about to get onto a big win. So France,
Oh yeah, I've already made all my money back.
yeah, make it all back in one bet, man. That's how you gotta do it. France v Australia. I loved this game. Like, I had such
Yeah,
a
me
good time
too.
watching this game. Thought it was so much fun. Australia, I think 4-1 is so unfair to them. They tried so hard. So
I
hard.
think I would say 4-1 is an unfair result if you just look at the first half. Second
Yeah,
half, I
yeah.
disagree.
Yeah, Fez.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, what were your big takeaways from this one?
This game just had everything you want in a football match. Like the underdog taking the lead early, like 30 minutes in as well, managing to hold on to it for a while. You had like records broken. You got to see Mbappe was quality in the second half. I thought there's just. I think I've been sleeping on the French team. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Like, after watching it yesterday, but then there's still that part of me that's like, okay, reel it in. In all reality, it was Australia they were playing against.
Yeah.
You know?
I do have some takes on this one. When I was watching it, I've got 3, essentially. Four. Tchouaméni, Christ. Like, absolutely bossed this. Was I'm so impressed. I was so impressed watching him play football yesterday. The second one, Rabiot, I get it he scored. Can we just not watch Rabiot play football anymore at the highest level? I'm kind of done with that. Like,
Why?
I just don't like Rabiot. I just do not get it. Like, I get it, he's technically...
clearly a prick.
Yeah, no, but technically I guess he's good. I just don't know what he offers you that Camavinga isn't better at. Experience, I guess. Experience.
Yeah. He's got good ball control. I'll give him that. But I do know what you mean. I think that was probably just an age thing.
Yeah. Confusing. We're getting crazier in the takes. So we got Ousmane Dembele as my next take. I think when Dembele is fit, he is one of the best players in his position in the world. It's frightening how good that kid is. I just think it's just the injury that ruined his career.
Yeah, I agree. Although I don't think that's much of a hot take. I think a lot of people would agree with that.
I just wouldn't be able to name many, like 2 off the right. Salah.
That's like the only name that jumps to mind ahead of him. Yeah.
Because like Gnabry, no, it's just different class. Dembele is so special, and I really think hopefully this is his tournament. It's tough when you're playing on the other side too.
Yeah, I thought he played well yesterday though. He played well. He showed those glimpses at Dortmund of him just turning people inside out.
Yeah,
Delivering great balls into the box. I think he had a solid game.
It's Mbappe-esque movement. It really is. It really is.
I think he actually might move. It's not as fast, but I think like from moving laterally, I think he actually moves a little smoother than Mbappe does.
Yeah, no, he glides. And also being a big Bale fan, I do love the like isolation stop, wait for someone to come close to you, knock it past them, and just burn them. And Dembele's a king for that. Anyway, the hottest of hot takes. Olivier Giroud matches Henry's goal record for France. If he was a bit quicker, are we talking about like one of the best strikers of the generation?
I don't think so.
I really think if he was athletic. I say this because I watched a TikTok on terms of his great goals are up there with anyone's great goals. Yeah. He scored so many goals, both for club and international level, for massive teams. And I think always his big plight was he's just not that fast. But in terms of like athleticism, he's not unathletic at all. He just lacks pecs. I really think that's all Giroud really lacks compared to top footballers. And every time I watch him, and then you hear the goal records for France, he's got a World Cup. I just think if he was a bit quicker, he would have been a god amongst men.
Yeah, I think I guess it kind of comes with a lack of pace because it's hard to take people on and get past them if you don't really have that in your locker. But I just see him as an out and out number 9 great finisher, and that's kind of it.
Yeah,
not kind of it.
Fair.
Like that sounds disrespectful, but like an old fashioned striker.
Yeah, but I just think positioning wise, build up play wise, brilliant. He gives you everything except that in behind speed. And if you gave him just a bit of in behind speed, because like Lewandowski's just like deceptively quick in his heyday. So like I think that really helped him. Where like Benzema as well, a couple of years back, deceptively fast. When Giroud never had that, was never deceptively fast. Where if you made Giroud just like close to that, I would just have loved to have seen it. I would looking at all the goals, even for Arsenal, it's nearly 1 in 2, and then Chelsea still doing it at Milan. It would have been a great career. I do hope he has like a cheeky move to like PSG or Marseille and just goes and tears up for one more season. Then he get a hero card on FIFA.
That would be fun. Yeah, it'll probably get quite a fun hero card actually. With a bit of face on it. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I just think the best players to me are those people that have like more than one sort of dimension to their game. And I think whilst he's great at what he does, like there's no disputing that he's fairly like what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's fair. All right,
he is just like he's a beast, so it's hard to get to him.
Great, like out of 10, how would you rate that day's football? High highs. Low lows.
High highs, low lows, yeah. Low lows. I think I always forget with the World Cup that you do get those games that are just really dull. Like, you think World Cup fever, football every day, there's going to be so many goals, but, some teams are at that tournament that have never been there before, so they're going to be pretty cautious, and it makes sense. But I think, like, for the sake of the games, like, Tunisia, Denmark, it was okay, but like I really enjoyed seeing Tunisia like come out of their shell and like take it to Denmark. France, Australia was a great game. The other 0-0.
Mexico, Poland.
Yeah, maybe the worst game of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
And what was the last game?
Argentina.
The first game.
Argentina.
Yeah, so I think it probably ranks top so far.
Yeah, the Argentina thing alone was heart racing.
Yeah.
Twitter had a field day. Moving on. All right, so we were meant to have had a video come out. Oh God, yeah, my bets. So yeah, of course you want to talk about these. So I was after the Argentina thing and the World Cup curse, all in on Australia this game. I went Australia to win on just a 14-1 by itself. I then had Mobile, the refugee, my goat for this tournament, to score a goal. Didn't even start. And then I did have a France bet. Australia not to score. Mbappe and Giroud to score. Over 3.5. And Australia scored in the first 15. So lost like £5 on that game. How about you, Sean? How did you do?
Those are some rogue bets, man. When you were saying those to me earlier, I was like, I guess fair play? Like, I guess?
The France one was so close.
Yeah, but so close, but still a rogue one.
Yeah. I am chasing the dragon, I can't lie. I had a couple else.
Yeah, I've managed to make all my lost money back, so I'm in good spirits today. So I had 2 winning bets. They were quite similar. So one was Mbappe to score, France to win by 2 or more, 6 France corners, and 30 Australia booking points. And Aaron Moy came through and got booked in the 95th minute like a champion. And then my other bet was over 2.5 goals, France to win, Giroud to score, France to win by at least one, and France to be winning by half time.
Oh,
Just I doubled down on France basically, and changed the goal scorers. But
today will be my betting day. Today is going to be my betting day. I believe. We'll get onto that in the predictions.
Today is potentially quite a grim day for betting.
Yeah, that's usually where I fly. Because I'm always hedging. Alright, so we were meant to talk. We did have a prediction video and a World Cup roundup filmed for yesterday for the opening games, but due to, like we talked about in the intro, they weren't able to come out. So we thought we're going to do 30-second team-by-team take roundups, starting with the first game. And Sean, who I'm going to put a timer here, is on the clock with Qatar. Let me get my timer out. I'll take this out there. I gotta get it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
So, Qatar, I think the result that all of us expected, apart from TC, who I think put a bet on Qatar to maybe win, but he loves his outsiders, so we won't hold it on him too much. But yeah, first team to lose their opening game at a World Cup. I think it's probably the lowest level of quality I've ever seen from a World Cup side. Can't see them at all making it through the group. Is that 3 seconds left?
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I love how you snuck a roast in there. Safe. Alright, so
Had to be done.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
So you're talking Ecuador.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Enna Valencia. It was a great result. Can't be surprised. Qatar were rubbish. Yes, I did bet on them to win. But Ecuador were all you could ask for in this game. Don't think we learned that much. Qatar were clearly quite rubbish. Well done for getting through. And what was a weird offside call. We'll talk about that for a bit. Not sure. Good luck, Ecuador, in the next games. It could be tough. Yeah. Oh, did I hit it?
Yeah.
Calm. It's so hard because you're like, I can't get into anything deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're just like, shit.
Like, you just no grasp for 30 seconds, man.
Yeah, and especially when it's a team like Ecuador, like, what am I going to say? Yeah, Moise Caicedo was kind of good. I like Mendes. Alright, on to the next one. You have got England. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
England, Iran. Not a game I was happy to watch unfold, given, I'm a Welshman, don't want to see England get too successful, but it was an absolute embarrassment, really, a battering. I think Jude Bellingham showed the player that everyone thinks he is and is going to be. He's definitely England's best player on the pitch at 19 years old. Also great performances from Saka and Harry Kane.
Time.
And I'm out of time.
Tough. That was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard because that six goals is a tough one to do.
It is. But R.I.P. Iran. Basically.
R.I.P. Iran. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you ooh for?
This was the keeper broke his nose game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I got take. On it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, conceding 6 goals is not the best thing to do on your first World Cup opener. But England are a great team. I don't think Iran ever thought they were going to come and beat England. I think what was surprising is we thought they were going to have like a really low block, be solid and hard to break down, but then they conceded 6 goals. So really don't know what to expect from Iran. They did score 2, but in a 6-2, what can you really know? The keeper concussion thing, that break was ages. He definitely should have gone off, and the fact that they let him stay on is a joke. End of take.
Yeah. That was insane. Whoop. Bloody hell. Time to wake up. I couldn't work out for the longest time whether it was the Iran keeper trying to stay on or it was the coach and the captain. But then there was a point where the captain had a bottle of, did you see it? He had a bottle of water in his face.
Yeah, just throwing it on
just went up to just throwing it in his face. I was like, he's trying to exercise
Yeah.
the keeper here, so he obviously doesn't want to be on the pitch.
Couldn't
But
believe
yeah, I
it. It
can't
looked like his
believe-
nose
I-
was in. His
yeah.
nose was shattered.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they even chanced it.
All right, John. On to Senegal, Netherlands, Group C. You are the Senegal. If you want to do a goal celebration dance, you can, but we didn't see a goal, so
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that.
okay, fair. Next game, next game. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, Senegal, I think it's clear to see that in the game against Netherlands, they're really missing their talisman up front, Sadio Mane. I think they had a few decent performances in and around the pitch. I think Ismail Assar played really well and he could get himself on the ball, was taking it down the byline, really stretching Dumfries. But yeah, I think they're just missing that quality. And Edouard Mendy, absolute stinker.
Time. Yeah, good one. We're getting better at these as we go. All right.
Okay. Let me change that alarm noise because it's like giving me PTSD. Let's go with that one. Okay. Okay, you're talking about 30 seconds on the Dutch. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Result was favourable. I don't think Netherlands were incredible in this game. Frankie de Jong showed the highs and lows of Frankie de Jong. Really great on the ball, so technically gifted. But yeah, gave it away in weird areas. The assist was great. Let's talk about Cody Gakpo for a bit. I'm not sure. I watch it, and sometimes he's good, he's pretty talented, quite athletic, but I'm not sure if he could cut it at the highest level from what I saw. Hopefully it was just the first game and the Dutch were a bit better, because I was a little disappointed even though they won. And also, Louis van Gaal was talking about trying to shag his wife on Twitter, which I saw. It was
Yeah,
a
I
weird
saw
video.
that.
Yeah, strange vibes at the camp.
No, a bit weird, Louis. Bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Gakpo, I think I don't think he's not a 10, so they just shouldn't be playing him in that 10 position.
I'm just not sure with
Started
it.
off.
I
think
it's
he
one
played
of those
quite well.
where I think he's good. I'm just not sure if he's top 4 in a really big league good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only
way,
to see a
way
bit more
better.
than
They
that.
were way better when Memphis came on, I thought.
Yeah. That would have been a great to put in my 30. All right,
Clip it in.
yeah, on to Wales. You ready?
Come
The Hen
round,
Nation.
these.
All right, ready? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
Oh, Wales. What a game, man. I think just, without the biases, this might have been my favourite game so far, just because it swung both ways, either half. I think Wales in the first 45, I don't know if they were suffering from that Qatari heat or what, but they were all over the shop, couldn't keep up with the US. And then in the second half, big Kiefer Moore comes on and changed the game, really. He really stretched the US back line. They couldn't handle him. And Bale delivered as he always does.
Just nothing more you can say. Nothing more you can say.
No.
Great performance for the boys.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. USA.
Okay.
USA.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. Love how Sean in Wales take said not the biases, even though Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. And that was his favourite game. But nah, it was a great game. I think the US showed me what I didn't think they had, which was real quality in that first half. And I think they could cause other teams problems. They were really solid on the ball, really athletic, but they died in that second half. So if they change it up, I think they'll struggle. But if they can play like they did in that first half for the rest of the tournament, I think they might do okay, but they won't get through the group because Wales are in it.
Yeah, smashed it.
Yeah,
I
there
agree
you
with
go.
the US. I agree. I think they really surprised me. I think they're just a little too young.
Yeah, thanks.
Plenty of energy though, which you can see.
I think that
you can
30-second
really-
take. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, Karen.
I was just gonna say I think you can really see the age of the team on the pitch.
Yeah. I really enjoyed watching them. Even though it was against Wales, I thought they were really quite good in that first
Yeah.
half. That 30-second take thing, I think, so we got to carry over. I think that was fun as hell. Nice little breakup.
Yeah, I agree.
So to close the first actual World Cup roundup, even though it's the third or fourth day of the World Cup. We're going to predict today's games. In 15 minutes, Croatia kick off against Morocco. We're going to keep a tally on how well we do on these. So, I'll write them down. What do you think can happen in this game, Sean?
I have no idea. This is probably the game I'm most confused about going into it. Because Croatia, like, you know, they deserve all the respect they've been given, and probably more, given what they've achieved with the squad they have. But I think it might be you know, like you've just been talking Morocco, and you've got like me feeling that Moroccan fever. So it's just in my head. I'm really not sure how this one will go. I'm all logic says go with Croatia. Morocco, I think, haven't won a game in like 6 games. I think Croatia won like 4 of their last 6, 3 on the bounce. So yeah, logic says go with the team with a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, it's I do love Morocco. I'm just not sure if I love Morocco in this game, because the midfield's only going to go one way here. That triple source thing Croatia's been doing for what feels like my whole life with Modric, Brozovic and Kovacic is going to just be able to they're going to just have this ball on a string. But where Morocco are strong, it will be on the break, on the counter, in wide positions where Croatia is not that good. And I don't know where Croatia are going to score. There's no goals in this team. Like, I've been watching Perisic all year. There's no goals in this team. So I don't know. I really fancy Morocco here for some reason. But I could easily see this going. Croatia absolutely dominate the ball, just bring it around, keep it off Morocco, and then they win 1 or 2-0. But I could also see 2-1 Morocco, and I'm going to stick with the boys, the Africa boys, 2-1 Morocco.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm chasing here on bets and in predictions. So.
I don't know where to land on final prediction. I think, just to make it fun, I'll go Croatia, and I'll go 3-1.
Oh, I know. That's coming in there. Alright, you get 2 points for a correct score, 1 point for the correct result. On to Germany-Japan, our second game of the day. 2 barn burners to start the day off. I love these fixtures. Great World Cup fixtures.
What did you just say?
Huh?
Barn burners?
Barn burners, yeah. It's like I watch a lot of NFL shit, and they say that like all the time. They say it all the time.
It works for you, man. Yeah, for you.
It doesn't work for me, honestly, after hearing it back. So, gonna leave that one. So, Germany, Japan. It's hard to look past Germany here.
Yeah. Oh, voice cracked.
Oh, yeah.
I think Germany. I think we both said it in one of the many prediction videos that went wrong, but we both were kind of sleeping on Germany, I think, until we looked at the squad, and it's actually like, it's definitely not the squad of 2014, but it's a real good team. Like, they've got world class players in multiple positions. I know you can't wait to see Musiala. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Goretzka, because whenever I watch Bayern, he's injured like every single time.
I'm not sure if he's gonna play, like, start, because I think it's Gundogan and Kimmich. I think it's Gundogan and Kimmich. We'll see though.
Yeah,
I think
I'm interested.
Yeah, but if he does, I do get what you mean, because he is always hurt. But then when he plays, he's like the best midfielder in the world. So.
Yeah, it's so good to watch.
Yeah, he's real unique.
Yeah, and I've missed watching Sane, you know, in the Prem. I always liked, but he's just so fast, and it was like just an interesting player to watch.
Honestly, is it Moukoko or is it Moukoko?
Moukoko, I think.
Yeah, but I want to see that story carry on. But yeah, I'm a Musiala fanboy. I'm not scared to say it. I really think he's next up. I think he's different gravy. So technically, so special. It's when you want those players who glide, but it's not like he's a burner, but just is so tactile and is so technically proficient. You have to be alright to be playing in that Bayern team when you were 17. So it's gonna be a great great game because I also love Japan. We were talking about this before we started recording. They're solid everywhere. They're not they're not Australia. Like it because you could draw parallels, I think, with the France Australia thing here. Because we underestimated France, but then when you look at the team, they're really good. They were always gonna like show up here. It's like with Germany. You look at the team, they're really good. They're always gonna show up. But that's a lot harder to do against France than it would have been against Australia tonight. And I think this could be a really competitive game. But I'm still 3-1 Germany.
I had 3-0 Germany, I think.
Ooh.
I don't see France doing much. Like, not France, sorry, Japan. Yeah.
Disrespect.
Isn't happening for me.
Yeah. You also said Argentina were going to win the World Cup, so we'll see.
So did you.
Yeah, I was peer pressured. All right. Okay, so you were 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0 Germany.
All right. And then I cannot wait for Kubo to break your heart later with a late bottom corner
I
slide.
packed his World Cup card on FIFA.
Oh, little jump trot at the
Doesn't
content.
sell.
Spain versus Costa Rica. Costa Rica. What do you?
Rica.
I don't think 72% possession maybe.
Yeah, like we were looking at the squad the other. This Costa Rica team is old. Like that Spanish midfield is going to fizz it round them, and they're going to be knackered by the 30th minute.
We say this all the time against Spain, though, but they do love to like mess around and score no goals in these games.
Yeah, I could see them like winning 1-0, but
Yeah,
I think
no way, Costa Rica. Yeah,
I don't see Costa Rica really touching the ball that much.
but we said this about. I said this about.
I haven't seen Brian Ruiz play in a few years though, so maybe.
Oh yeah, it's a FIFA 2015 reunion out there. But Pedri, it's time. This could be a wash, and it just depends. Are we going to get Spain Morata? Or are we going to get everyone's maybe least favorite European striker Morata?
Yeah, I think. Nah, that guy annoys me. I can't lie.
Yeah,
there's just so much talent there. Just obviously, I don't know. I don't know what's holding him back. Honestly, I don't know. But I see 2-0 Spain here.
Oh, I was gonna say too. Okay, I'm gonna go 3-0 Spain.
Where are those goals coming from?
Ansu Fati off the bench. Yeah. Hopefully, just score early. Spain, Belgium, Canada. Last game of the day. Funky one.
It's a funky one, isn't it?
It's a funky one because usually the teams that aren't great don't have players of Canada's quality.
Yeah. I think that's like apart from maybe Qatar and Saudi Arabia. I think that's an exciting thing about this World Cup is that like every team seems to have someone or have like some familiarity with. But I talk a lot of breeze about Belgium, like how I'm not sold on them. I think they're kind of overrated and all that. But I only see this ending one way.
Oh, really? See that with Canada, I think like the upsets like Saudi Arabia or like Costa Rica, I have no idea how they could win. Like I that's why I could never predict that. Where with this one, I could easily see Alphonso Davies absolutely burning Vertonghen and squaring this to Jonathan David. Like I can see that happening. I'm still gonna bet Belgium, but like if Canada won this game, first World Cup, if they just locked in, like just how Saudi locked in, if they could lock in, like Tunisia, like you can stop good teams from breaking you down, but KDB's like different. That's the thing. It's like that's a separator.
I think that will be the difference. Like, I know what you mean, and I think a lot of this game depends on that Alfonso battle down his side. Like, if he's winning that, then Canada are getting chances galore. But I think just in the other areas of the pitch, those matchups are all in Belgium's favour.
Yeah, and it's getting the ball to Davis and David, which may be tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2 Belgium.
I'm going to go 2-0 Belgium.
Yeah. 2-0. All right. Who do you think will be the player of the day? I think it's... Oh, yeah, I think it's a Musiala day. Go back, my boy. Watch him not start. Watch Miller start.
I'm going to go for KDB.
Yeah. All right. Great.
Yeah.
Great World Cup roundup.
Great third/first episode.
But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Sean will be taking on hosting duties. I'm done writing notes. And we'll be going over what hopefully will be a great day of football. Please no nil-nils. Thank you so much for watching, and deuces. See you tomorrow.